Welcome to Cheating Stories, Real Betrayal. Raw emotions, no filters. If you've ever been lied to, this is your place. Subscribe for weekly stories that cut deep and hit harder. Story: my fiancé cheated on me during his bachelor party, and I found out on our wedding day. I remember the first time I saw Ryan. It was my second week of college, and I had just spilled a full iced coffee across the floor of the campus library. He was the only one who didn't laugh. Instead, he handed me a bunch of crumpled napkins from his pocket, smiled, and said, "If that's how you introduce yourself, I'm already interested." I was 19 then. He was 21. And for the next 6 years, he was my everything. We went through so much together. Final exams, shitty apartments, my mom's cancer scare, his dad's sudden death, the 2 years we did long distance when he got a job in San Francisco and I stayed in Denver to finish grad school. Through it all, we stayed solid. He proposed on a rainy night. Under a string of fairy lights, we hung on our tiny balcony. I cried. He cried. Our dog barked at the ring. It was perfect. At least it felt perfect. I thought I knew what forever looked like. We spent a year planning the wedding. We argued over flower arrangements and chair covers, cried over the guest list, mostly my fault, and celebrated every deposit like a milestone. My friends used to joke that I was the last hopeless romantic, and I wore that title proudly. I believed in love. I believed in us. That belief shattered utterly and completely on the morning I was supposed to become his wife. Ryan told me he didn't even want a bachelor party. "I'm not some frat boy," he said with that sheepish smile of his. "Honestly, I'd rather just stay home and order takeout with you." That's what he told me, until his best man, Jordan, convinced him otherwise. Jordan had always been a little too much. Loud, impulsive, kind of charming in a manipulative way. He was the kind of guy who thrived on chaos, and he'd been trying to live vicariously through Ryan's relationship for years. "You're only getting married once, man. You've got to go out with a bang." I remember feeling uneasy when Ryan finally agreed. "It's just Vegas," he said. 2 nights, no big deal. But it felt big. It felt off. Maybe it was the way he wouldn't look me in the eyes when he pecked. Or maybe it was the gut punch I felt watching him board that plane, Jordan grinning like the devil behind him. The first night he texted me a photo of his hotel room. "Boring already," he wrote. But then the texts stopped coming. I told myself he was just busy, just having fun. I tried not to overthink it, until the third night, the night before he was supposed to fly back. I got a text, not from Ryan, from Jordan. It was 2:13 a.m. I was asleep, but the notification woke me. "Jordan, 1. He really regrets what happened with the dancer." I blinked at my screen. My stomach turned. "Me? What dancer?" No reply. I called, straight to voicemail. I lay there in bed, staring at the ceiling, heart racing. It could have been a prank. Jordan's idea of a joke. But something told me it wasn't. When Ryan came home the next day, I didn't mention the text. He looked exhausted, hungover. He hugged me too tightly and kissed me too long, like he was trying to erase something. I wanted to ask. I should have asked, but I didn't. Because the wedding was 7 days away. The morning of our wedding was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. Instead, it became the day everything unraveled. I woke up at 6 a.m. to a house full of bridesmaids, buzzing with excitement. Someone was steaming dresses, another was curling hair, and my maid of honor, Jenna, handed me a mimosa with a wink. "You ready to be Mrs. Preston?" I smiled. I nodded, but something was gnawing at me. Maybe it was the way Ryan had been extra quiet all week, or the fact that Jordan hadn't spoken a word to me since Vegas, but mostly it was the way I still hadn't stopped thinking about that text. He really regrets what happened with the dancer. I pushed the thought aside. I had to. We were getting married in a beautiful garden venue with hanging lanterns and white roses and my grandmother's lace veil. Guests were flying in from 3 states. Everything was perfect. Until 9:47 a.m. That's when I got the message. I was sitting in the makeup chair, halfway through my eyeliner, when my phone buzzed. A number I didn't recognize. No name. Unknown. 1. "You deserve to know the truth before you say I do. Check the video." Attached was a single file, MP4, titled Ryan Bachelor Vegas.move. I stared at the screen. My fingers went cold. My stomach twisted. I shouldn't have opened it. I should have handed the phone to someone else, walked away, done anything but press play. But I pressed it. The video was shaky, filmed on a phone, lit with the dull red glow of a Vegas strip club. And right in the center of the frame was Ryan, shirtless, laughing, drunk, with a woman straddling him on a velvet couch. Her hands were in his hair, his were on her hips, then her lips were on his, and then they got up and stumbled toward the back room. The clip ended there. My entire body went numb. The room was still full of laughter, hair dryers, soft music. I was the only one frozen, the only one who had just watched my future shatter on a 5-inch screen. I stood up, my knees nearly buckled. Jenna rushed over. "You okay?" I didn't answer. I handed her the phone. She watched. Then she gasped. "Oh my God." I don't remember much after that. Just flashes. Me sitting on the bathroom floor in my veil, sobbing. Jenna yelling at someone to get my mom. Someone offering to handle it quietly. My mother, pale and trembling, holding me like I was 5 years old again. And finally, me saying the words I never thought I'd say. Call it off. The wedding was cancelled 35 minutes before it was supposed to begin. People talk about heartbreak like it's poetic. It's not. It's ugly. It's raw. It's curling up on a hotel bathroom floor in your wedding dress because you couldn't go home. It's returning every gift with trembling hands. It's cancelling the honeymoon and explaining to vendors why there's no longer a groom. It's looking into your father's eyes as he asks if he should go find that bastard, and realizing even he doesn't have words for your pain. Ryan tried to reach me. He texted, called, left voicemails. He even showed up outside my apartment 2 days later with flowers and tears in his eyes. Said he made a mistake. Said it didn't mean anything, that it was just one night. But it did mean something. It meant the version of us I believed in never truly existed. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I opened the door just long enough to say, I hope it was worth it. And then I closed it behind him. Forever. A week later, I packed everything I owned. I moved to Oregon, a small town, quiet, coastal. No memories of him. I found a job at a bookstore, started taking long walks, went to therapy, ate alone at diners, learned how to sleep without crying. Slowly, painfully, I remembered how to smile. Sometimes people ask me if I'll ever love again. I don't know. But I do know this. I would rather be alone and whole than loved and betrayed. Ryan's betrayal didn't break me. It freed me. And in some strange, cruel way, I'm grateful for that. Because the girl who stood in a wedding dress with tears in her eyes, she died that day. The woman who rose from the ashes, she's never going back.